Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
How you doing, sir? What's your name, Tyree?
Tyree, sir.
So, we out here to give our people knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because, first of all, the knowledge that we have, it don't benefit us. The knowledge that we need is right here, you know what I'm saying? Because black people, we have a lot of knowledge, but not the knowledge according to God, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to show you what God said about us when we don't have knowledge. Let's get that.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
So what is the knowledge?
The knowledge is God's law.
The knowledge is God's laws.
That's right.
Now let me show you in Hosea 4 and 6 what God say. Let's bring that out. So the knowledge is God's laws. This is what God say.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
So God's people, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And we know what the knowledge is. The knowledge is the laws. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So we going on in this world talking about Black Lives Matter. God rejecting us because we don't have the knowledge that he wants us to have. You know what I'm saying? So we going on in this world talking about Black Lives Matter. Why in the hell we got to be reminded that Black Lives Matter? That's crazy. Something ain't right. We got to be reminded that Black Lives Matter. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not only do Black Lives matter, but look what God said. Let's get that in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Because we around here marching, voting, doing all kind of stuff. Right. Talking about Black Lives Matter. But according to God, God said we're above all people. That's right. So why was we marching for Black Lives Matter or for equal rights? You think you think God gave every man equal, made every man equal? No. Because the scripture's going to show you. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
You know what it means to be holy?
With God.
Holy means set apart.
Set apart. Right.
We special to God. We special to God. Read.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He chose us. He created all the people on the earth. Don't get it twisted. But he chose a certain people that he wanted to make holy. And that's us. The black, Hispanics, and the Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Read.
Above all people.
What?
Above all people.
What you say?
Above all people.
Above all people.
That's right.
So we need not to keep voting and marching and reminding ourselves that Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Because what really matters is the word of God. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? We're above all people. Let's get that in Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. Because this is what matters. This is what matters as a man and as a woman, as an Israelite according to God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's get that. Read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
13.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Read.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
So that's the conclusion of this whole Bible, is to fear God and to keep his commandments. Something that we refuse to do. We're doing everything on this earth to do besides keeping God's commandments. That's the knowledge. That's the knowledge we like it. You know what I'm saying? So when we like God's knowledge and we don't fear God and keep his commandments, let's get that in Isaiah 5:13. Because when we don't keep God's commandments and we don't worry about his knowledge and worry about the knowledge of the world, this is happening to us today. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge.
We into captivity this day because we don't have no knowledge. It started way back, but it's still going on today.
Right.
We don't have no knowledge. We refuse the knowledge of this Bible. We refuse to keep these laws. You know what I'm saying? So we are here in love to give our people knowledge. You know what I'm saying? To wake our people up. Get Luke chapter 14, verse 23. Because we come out here often. We're going to continue to come out here. Whether our people want to hear or forbear, we're going to continue to come out here and bring this word out. This is where our knowledge lies, in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So read that.
You said Luke 14, 23. The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in.
So we are commanded to come out here on these streets and the highways and the hedges where the black, Hispanics, and the Native Americans are at, to show them who they are and to keep God laws.
Yes.
Compel, you know what compel means? Bring in, do whatever it takes, as long as it's according to this.
That's right.
To get our people back on the right track. Because, you know, Trump ain't playing with us, man. This COVID-19 and the things that's going on in the world, everybody got these nuclear net weapons, you know what I'm saying? So, you know how the world's going to end? You know how the Bible say the world's going by fire. It's going to be nuclear fire. And America gonna be the ones that start everything off. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's tired of America BS. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got nukes just like America. They might not have as many, but they got enough. And that's the fire that the Most High is speaking of. You know what I'm saying? And in order for us to walk through those flames, we gotta come back to the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole duty of man, to keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? The commandments are given to us, not to the whole world. You know what I'm saying? You understand John 3:16?
I don't know. I don't know it by heart, but I've heard it several times.
So what you get out of John 3:16? Because our people love to run to John 3:16. God so loves the world.
He gave his own.
Right. So.
But only for us.
It's only for us, my brother. Salvation is only for us. You know what I'm saying? Salvation is only given to the Israelites. So we out here to show our people who salvation given to. Let's get Isaiah 45:17. Salvation. Because the world teaches salvation for whoever call on the name of Jesus.
Salvation is only for us.
Salvation is only for the Israelites, and we're going to prove it. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
Read it again.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
So that's the everlasting right there in John 3:16. Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Read.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
That's the world that we're referring to in John 3:16. The world of Israel. Salvation is only for us. You know what I'm saying? And we got to come back to the knowledge of God in order to get that. You know what I'm saying? You know what sin is? You understand what sin is?
Yes, sir. Sin is not upholding the laws of God.
Sin is not holding the laws of God. All praise. You pretty sharp. So you got any questions?
No, man. I'm just trying to,
All praises, man.
Go over some laws with them.
Yeah. So we're going to go over a few laws, you know what I'm saying, because that's what it's all about. Knowing who you are and keeping God's laws. So we're going to show you a law that you can go home and do today.
One right here.
Right. We're going to go over that.
I watch a lot of y'all on YouTube.
All praises. You smoke?
No, I don't smoke.
All praises. You celebrate holidays? Any holidays?
With my kids, yeah.
With your kids, okay. That's okay. We're gonna show you some of that, but we're gonna go over Fringes right quick.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garment.
Once again, it says, speaking to the children of Israel, not the whole world. Read.
Throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So it says, throughout our generations, we should put a fringe of a border of ribbon of blue. Any color blue, go around your fringes. This is how we get wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures, by doing what God say. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So we must wear these fringes to keep us grounded with God.
That's
so
right.
when we come outside in this sinful world, because you know this world is a sinful world, my brother. Sin is increasing, not decreasing in the world. So this is why these fringes help us not go backwards and go forward. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us, we was off the chain at one time. You know what I'm saying? So now that we learning to God who we are and to keep God's laws, we wear fringes every day. Even at work, even if we have to wear it up under our clothes because the job don't allow it. You know what I'm saying? So we're commanded to wear fringes throughout our generation. So we still generate. So read on.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
So we can't seek out our own heart. You know what the heart is in the Bible? Let's get that. So we're commanded not to seek after our own heart. You know what I'm saying? Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? The world teaches that the heart is the heart, the beat, the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? That's not what the heart is according to the scriptures.
Bring it out.
Get that.
The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts.
Out of the heart of men proceeds evil thoughts. So what is the heart according to the Bible? Thoughts. So what's the heart? Is it here or is it here? It's your mind. So the heart is the mind. So let's go back. Let's go back. So we are commanded to wear fringes. You can go and buy fringes, or you can get we call them poor man fringes. You can put the ribbon of blue, any color blue, and you can cut it until you able. Yeah, you can cut it, and then put the fringe, the border of blue around it and cut it. We call them poor man fringes until you can afford different color fringes, you know what I'm saying, to match your clothes and stuff like that. It's something that we did. See right here, even our forefathers did it. They wore fringes, you know what I'm saying? They knew that was the law to wear fringes. But the white man, through a process of time, he changed our laws, and we started doing what he say do instead of what the knowledge of God say do. You know what I'm saying?
28 and 48.
Get that. So fringes are very important. Christ wore fringes. You know what I'm saying? All of the prophets wore fringes. You know what I'm saying? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So these are the curses to identify that we are the people. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 28, we got it on the flyer. So when we read that from the top. Because we got to understand who sent our enemies against us. It's very important to know who sent our enemies against us. So I'm going to ask you, what's your name again?
Tyree.
Tyree, who sent our enemies against us?
Shall not come to pass, if thou wilt not heareth unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do his commandment, and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all curses shall come upon thee and overtake. We would also be forced to work for food.
Okay. We want you to read that when you go home. But so my question is, who sent our enemies against us? You just read it. Who sent our enemies against us? Read it again. Listen good, Tyree.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So who sent our enemies against us?
The Lord.
The Lord. For why? For why?
He wasn't upholding the law.
Right. So he sent our enemies.
Got cursed.
So yes. So the we is who?
12 tribes.
Okay, and this is how we prove the we too as well, based on the curses. And they'll send our enemies against us in what? Read.
In hunger.
And hunger. Meaning, whenever we want to get something to eat, where we gotta go?
That's our oppressors.
Our enemies, right? Walgreens, Walmart, Publix, Winn-Dixie. Who own those places?
Our enemies.
Our enemies. Read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. Everything we have on, even the fringes. We have to go where? To our enemies. Read on.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things. Our preachers, they learned, they had to go to theology school and go where? What school? Where they had to go?
They had to go to some monastery school.
Right, so that's why we're trying to show our people that we've been learning everything we learned from our oppressors, and now God giving us the knowledge and the understanding to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that in Proverbs 3:31. We'll go back to the curses. So that's what we're trying to show you, according to the scriptures, that God allowed our enemies to put us under these, to let all of this stuff happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we the mighty people on the earth.
That's right.
And if it wasn't for the Most High God, ain't nowhere in the world they can do such a thing like that to the mightiest people on the earth. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So we're commanded to envy not thy oppressors and choose none of his ways. So I was asking you earlier, do you celebrate holidays? And you said, yes, for your kids. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to show you some scriptures, because we got to come out of there. You know what commandment you breaking when you celebrate pagan holidays? Do you know what commandment you breaking?
False gods.
Huh?
False gods.
False gods. You do know. All praises. So let's get that in Exodus 20 and 3. So that's what we out here to do, man. Acknowledge our people. We trying to stop this generational curse, and it's gonna start with us. You know what I'm saying? If we keep on saying, well, I'm gonna do it for my kids, what you think your kids gonna do when they have kids? It's gonna continue being a generational curse, and God is a jealous God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. Because God is a jealous God. He ain't having that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to come back to what he say and not what we feel, or what we say, or what the world say. You know what I'm saying? This is the knowledge. Read.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
So the people outside of this sign, the other nations, are the Gentiles. What they sacrifice to devils. Read.
And not to God.
And not to God.
And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
So God don't want us to have fellowship with devils.
Right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.